So I want to be very careful with this one. This is not really a full-blown teaser. There's just a lot of behind-the-scenes interviews talking about how Andor is made, but for what it was, I liked it a lot. It was pretty strong. So what are we getting? Well, this one's a little weird. If you know the timeline, and I'll be very quick. Andor set 5 years before, quote, Rogue One. Now, apparently in this season, they'll be doing quite a few time jumps, and it'll span 4 years. Now, let's get to the ups very quickly. We have Orson Krennic. So Kren is an Orson. I didn't know that. Okay, so Kren is back. And yes, K2 is here too. So Alan Tudyk, he is playing the droid. He will be here at least for a little while. So we're getting the fan favorite stuff. But how about the main characters? Well, there it's a little, I think, a bit all over the place. So we're getting shots of some very impressive stunts, big explosions, and the actors are saying, these characters are going to grow and be destroyed. I mean, the good thing here is that these are basically new characters technically in the canon, so anything could happen. They could live, they could die, they could betray the cause, they could turn over to the Empire, etc., etc. So changing of allegiances is possible. So there's a lot of room for growth, but we can't ignore the obvious that Andor as Andor can't really die, so he's immune. So how are they going to keep the tension going? I don't know. And it looks a little stylistically different from Andor Season 1, which is fine. Andor Season 1 was pretty excellent. It's near perfect, but one of the complaints you can have is it was a bit slow. It took time for the story to build up. So it seems like they've taken some notes and be like, okay, fine. We're going to get to the action and the kinetic stuff fairly quickly. What was really strong about Andor was characters and the character growth. I hope some of these characters survive, but again, the really enjoyable part is that not everyone here will survive, and some people will change drastically and radically. And it does look great. However, again, this is not a full-blown teaser, so the other aspects, the cinematography, the music, doesn't look fully done, so presumably this will be sharpened up before it's actually presented. Why they're not dropping it, I don't know. They dropped the skeleton crew, and that looked pretty good, so I don't know. Are they still filming this thing? It's a lot of question marks, but again, insofar as they presented things, it looked really good. But I did notice that, yeah, Ben didn't say anything. I was a little curious. I guess they're still working on stuff. So this is a very rough draft. We have to take it as that. It looks good for what it is, and it is very exciting. But again, Star Wars will not have, quote, a lot of stuff for a while. So this will have to tide people over for quite a while. I do think it is promising, but yeah, there are like, I don't know. There are things here that'll be like, I don't know, is this really going to work out in the end? So I'm going to give this rough draft teaser, or whatever it is, behind the scenes look, I will give it a 7 out of 10. It does look pretty good, but again, Andor was so near perfect with Season 1. It's a 9 out of 10 easily. That can they really hold up that quality? Well, we'll have to wait and see.